Also, just to let you guys know, I totally fucked up my mic settings, and I totally muted my mic entirely on fucking OBS. So I'm gonna have to figure a way of doing that.
Dumbass.
You fucking imbecile.
Yeah, I definitely fucked up pretty bad. But hey, I got it all working, so this video is a complete failure. So, welcome to the automatic machine pistols tier list for H3. So, we have quite the lineup for you all today, and this recording session went to shit really fast. But we're still posting it because it was great, it was very informative, and it was honestly very fun to do. And I, of course, want to thank you guys for not only opening my eyes to a couple of people, but for all of you in general, and how you've kept me going with this, because I can't show my appreciation to you enough. But before we get all semantic, let's go and talk about some of the guns. First off, we have the APS. This is a 9x18mm Makarov, 20+1 magazine, and rate of fire. Because it is automatic, we actually do have a rate of fire, which is 510 rounds per minute. Now, mind you, I might be wrong on my calculations, and if that is the case, do tell me in the comments below, and I will fix them. This is the calculation I used. If at all this is entirely wrong, by all means, do tell me, because I can't say that my math is my greatest strong suit, but I definitely tried pretty well. Nevertheless, sight picture and reload rating was fantastic, if only slightly. I didn't exactly enjoy the reloads so much because I actually had a small issue with 9x18. The magwell was a little forward, per se, and I kind of forgot about where the magwell is as I just went for a straight shove like everything else, but it's a little restrictive, per se. Reload speeds were very quick and simple, and then we have recoil. So recoil here is actually a very important thing. This is why it took me so long to make this. Recoil for H3 has a couple of fixes. One is a brake, which helps mitigate recoil a small bit, with stocks, in case you have something that is stockless, mitigates recoil a lot. Combining the two mitigates recoil even further. So for the APS, thankfully, we don't have to worry about recoil too much. So we don't really need a stock, we don't need a brake. We just simply can run with it normally. But not only that, we can also run the APS by itself as a semi-auto pistol. We don't need to go automatic. With 9x18 Makarov, it's not entirely necessary, but it is useful with it. So it's kind of a mixed bag. Let's see what the other guys think.
So your box standard workhorse. It's. I see nothing wrong with it, but nothing like, you know.
I have a gripe about it. It's single stack. Not very much ammo capacity, and if you do want to extend the mag, you'd have a big fucking block sticking out of the bottom of it.
Big old dick sticking out of the bottom of it.
Rod, yeah. Oh, well, I might be wrong on that. I don't know all too much about the Stechkin APS. What I do know is that, well, actually, I wouldn't say I know, but if I'm correct, I believe they were made for Russian tankers.
That makes sense.
Russian tank crews, because you can't carry an AK-47 inside of a tank.
Not easily. And imagine the fact that it's a 20+1 in that short space. Yeah, it's probably a double stack.
Yeah, it is a 20+1, so I believe it's double stack. So
I'll give it the benefit of the doubt.
Like, the fact that it doesn't need a stock, it doesn't need a brake, it has a good amount of ammo. The only issue as to why it's not in like S tier is because it's 9x18, and there's not really good.
It's not even like it's.
I've probably shit on it before. I've probably shit on 9x18 Makarov before. It's not the worst round in the fucking world.
Flashback. Okay, so the only reason why I'm shitting on it a small bit because of its being a 9x18 is because of ammo differences. So 9x18 versus 9x19, there's many different variations compared to it. 9x19 has plus P, it is API, 9x18 has none of that. So
yeah, because they're Russians and they're poor.
I mean, true. I would say this is like B or A tier. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I was gonna say like really high B tier.
Yeah, I could agree with that assessment. I would honestly, I would put it low B tier, high C tier, but that's mainly personal preference.
Yeah.
So,
Rolf, do you have anything to say?
No, I have no experience or knowledge of the ASP.
That's fine. I've run through it and everything and all. It's actually not terrible, but it's still 9/18, so we're putting it in B tier. So, before we get to this lovely little chap right here, which I'm gonna have to share some footage with
Glock
about at
18.
some point. Before we get to that, I have to show you guys something very cursed yet very hilarious.
God damn it.
So, gentlemen, meet
Swear to God.
meet Floppy McLongflopper.
I hate you.
Bruh, that's not a gun. That's a melee weapon.
I hate you.
So, let's stop here. This is Floppy McLongflopper. For anyone that doesn't know, someone, I forget the story, but I'll show it here. Someone wanted to have the 1911 in gold in the game. It already was, but he never specified a length. So Anton decided to put it in the game by making a meter-long version of it and only spawn in Take and Hold Ricky Dicky Random. And as you can see, it is also automatic. Now, I have actually run with it before, and it's completely stupid and ridiculous, but I love it. So, let's talk. So, first off, it is in 45 ACP. It's classic 1911. It can take upwards of 18 plus 1 rounds. It has 540 rounds per minute, but the recoil is very, very high.
Yeah, no shit. You got a meter-long fucking chunk of steel moving back and forth.
Yeah.
So I did, in fact, go and I did put on a stock and a brake because the recoil was actually high. So I did
you
that.
fucking casual. You put a fucking AR brake on it.
It's a simple, basic brake. There's nothing crazy or weird about it. I just... It's
It's
one
not
of those
rated
things-
for 45. It's
It's-
not rated for 45.
Okay,
That's
You're-
rated
it's
for
not rated for
5.56, you fucking jackass.
Well, we might.
Ah! Ew!
You're giving me
Ew!
cancer.
Connor!
Technically, technically, he's in the right that kind of brace, and maybe not that muzzle, as it's not rated for the ammunition. But technically, by the ATF and the firearms classification standards, it is no longer a pistol after the barrel exceeds 16 inches.
so yeah.
Fucking ATF can suck my left nut.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Can
Same.
we abolish the ATF, please?
Okay.
Fuck the
I
ATF.
understand. There's a lot of stupid shit that the ATF does,
Yeah.
especially when
Like,
there's
let
just
them- No. Just don't let them try and handle firearms. They don't fucking understand shit.
They don't
In
understand
fact,
it.
most politicians don't fucking understand firearms.
Yeah.
And it pisses me off.
Yeah.
But anyway, not
So,
to get political or anything, but what the fuck is dirt?
but what the fuck is dirt? All right, real shit.
It's called Sir!
I was going to do it, but I didn't.
I got you. Don't worry.
Dude fucking has the super long ass fucking gold pistol looking like fucking Fritz Stanford over here from Black Lagoon.
Yeah. So I will also say I did actually use it as a melee weapon, and surprisingly, it is actually very effective. So
Well,
Yeah, I
not
bet.
fucking
I
surprisingly,
fucking bet.
you got a meter-long fucking rod, my guy.
It's fucking, if you swing it around and hold it by the barrel, it's like a fucking mace.
It's a fucking warhammer, my guy.
God, I hate it. I hate it. Fucking, it's in
Oh, God, I see it on the list.
It's in the Lord's caliber, but it's uncanny.
Beyond that, it's heresy.
it's absolute heresy, but it is a very effective melee weapon. It doesn't take too much to
I
worry
wouldn't put it
about.
in Brazil.
So literally,
fine.
it's better to beat them with the gun.
It actually is better to be with the gun. And surprisingly, being a meter long, it is really good. I would unironically put this in C tier. It is actually really good to use. And the Lord's caliber.
I have to measure out how long a fucking meter is because I'm an American.
It's
Hang on a
around
second.
3
We're all American.
It's around 3 feet.
Yeah, it's around like 3 feet. So yeah, it's
2.63, so it's probably roughly about 2'7", 2'8".
yeah. So safe to say it's about as long as your fucking leg, probably. So
That is purely a compensation gun.
yes, but at the same
okay,
time,
my brain just thought of Marty. Just thought of Marty Robbins thinking about that. Like it's as long as your leg, and all my brain could think of was big iron.
yes,
Dude over here like fucking that one iteration of Joker where he pulls out the fucking 1 meter long revolver out of his
yes,
pants.
dude,
You know,
that
actually,
fucking long ass
so-
revolver. Oh my god,
So,
yes, dude.
okay. Funny fucking story, actually.
Oh god.
I had an opportunity to buy a revolver like that.
Fuck
No
off,
shit.
dude,
No,
Oh my
I am
god,
not
wait, no,
shitting
hold
you.
on. Hold on.
No,
I am not
need to
shitting
find
you, okay?
something. Oh my god, I just thought of this. Hang on.
Legit. No. So it was down here in the Bi-Mart in Wawa, right?
Yeah.
And it was like when I was like 12 years old. I was like, and I just got finished watching that movie. And I was like, yeah, fucking cool, checking out the guns down there in the Bi-Mart, sporting goods section. And I literally had to do a double take. I was looking in the case, like, wait, what? And I see it. The fucking long barrel fucking revolver. Like, imagine 12-year-old me having both like signing moment because dude, that's a fucking weird revolver, and all of a sudden, wait, brain, where have we seen this before? Oh fuck!
All right, hang on, gents. I'm posting this in pictures, so I'll show this for the audience too. Go ahead and just have a look at this thing and tell me what you see.
What the fuck is going on there?
You tell me what you see.
It's the rifle from
Wait.
fucking
Wait, what?
It's legitimately the rifle from Open Season.
I'm sorry, I went deaf for a second. What are you guys talking about?
So go and
Fish
look in
channels.
pictures real quick and tell me what you see here.
I see the rifle from Open Season. A pump action rifle.
With the mag.
That has an
mag.
AK mag sticking
is.
out of it.
Yeah.
It looks like it's supposed to be pump action, but you can't pump that because it'll hit the magazine. I fucking hate you so goddamn much.
So
Fucking.
it has a
Oh,
scope,
what?
normal stock. And it is a pump action shotgun. It has no trigger guard. I don't know if that even has a trigger, to be honest, and an AK mag shoved it into there. But I haven't showed you the second
It literally
picture.
has electrical tape on it.
I have
Legit,
yet
this
to
is
share
how
you with
politicians
you.
think guns work.
Oh no, trust me, it gets worse. I didn't send the second picture.
Oh no.
Oh my god! What the fuck is
This is
that?
what- this-
Why?
This is what Joe Biden has nightmares about.
Yes. This is not what Joe Biden meant when he said buy a shotgun.
Oh my god! Fucking. Dude, the fucking front of the barrel enters the room 5 minutes before you do. Jesus Christ.
Go ahead and try and clear the room. See what fucking happens when they already
Bitch,
know
I am
you're in.
clearing the room from the other side of the house. Fuck you.
You'll need like 2 or 3 business days before you finally step in and clear the room with that thing.
Nah, bitch, I just clear the room from the other side of the house.
Yeah, it's gonna take like you're gonna need like fucking 2-day shipping for that fucking round to get out that barrel. Goddamn.
I thought I heard a noise from my neighbor's
Barrel
house,
length.
so I
Fuck.
decided to
Burn the
clear his
wad.
room. So I decided to clear some of the rooms in his house from my bedroom window.
You know what? You know what? You know what though? I take that challenge. I bet I could conceal it.
I'm sure there is possibly a way, but I don't want to see it. All right.
I could conceal it.
Moving on.
All right.
Oh,
Floppy
no.
boy, I'm
Move
thinking
that thing up your
unironically
ass. Floppy boy.
C tier. Let's be real
See,
here.
Just fucking middle of the road, that bitch.
Middle of the road. I do like this thing. I'm unironically putting it in C tier. This thing is great. I do love it. Okay, after that tangent, let's go ahead and move on to the good old Glock 18 and the Glock 22. I'm not
Yay.
dissing that for anyone wondering. The only issue is that the Glock 18 is great. The Glock 18 is the 18C is better. and the Glock 22 is in 40 Smith & Wesson and is fucking trash. So let's look into this here. The Glock 22 is no different, but it doesn't have a fire selector, so obviously it's way inferior. The Glock 18 does, and the 18C is no different. You can see it's in 40 Smith & Wesson, which is just ass anyways. In case anyone's wondering, it's in 15 and 32, and it's probably no different in terms of recoil. I'm not going to test it because 40 Smith & Wesson is cringe. But if you're old, I mean, you know, cringe, but
Hey.
I mean, if it works.
Fuck you, my daily carries 40 Smith & Wesson.
Like I said, cringe, but hey, you know, I'm not going to, well, I'm going to very slightly judge you, but not enough. You're fucking carrying like you should, so. Anyways.
That does fit. I am cringe.
Yeah. So here's the Glock 18C. It's in 15, 17, 20, 33, and 50+1. So classic 9mm Glock. And of course has, you know, yeah, it
Drum
go
mag.
burr with 1,020 rounds, especially the 50 round drum mag. I'm gonna have to show some footage of me just real quick. Can I share some footage of just us me completely just ripping through an entire mag?
Thank you.
God,
That was beautiful.
Oh, I am fucking wrecking that. Holy shit. God damn it. That is. I'm sorry. I love that.
Yeah, can you imagine dual wielding 2 of those?
Oh my god. I can only imagine there. Fuck.
It sound like a bunch of angry bees.
Actually, give us a little bit of time when we get to SMGs. We'll actually get into Angry Bees.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that is 1,020 rounds per minute. That is hella fast shit, I will say. So I did go through and test it out. Obviously, the recoil is high, but thankfully it is select, so you don't have to worry about it. But in case you do want to go, if you do want to go full burr, I do recommend a stock and brake. That will keep you the most on target. Actually, looking through this footage, I actually didn't even see like the stock was really that big an issue. Like, you didn't need the brake with it, but the stock just makes it super easy. But honestly, it's either when it comes to like high recoil, either a stock and brake or a stock and control usually works out totally fine. So you could easily just have like a stock and just use recoil control and you'd be fine. So that's about it there. Scratching, you know, palm or body, this thing's probably A tier. This thing's great. It definitely go burr with 9mm, and the versatility of that is just incredible. Let's be honest. Because you can just straight up just go burr with +P API or just +P in general. Honestly, it's incredible. I would definitely put it A tier.
I would say top of A tier.
I think that's pretty unanimous. Anyone else have anything else to say?
I know Dom is boiling right now. He hates this thing.
He does hate. Well, it's just any sort of palm or body in general, and especially Glocks. I can't exactly say.
What? I'll be honest. Polymer body. I don't have a problem with polymer bodies. I like polymer body guns. It's way better than fucking aluminum.
I mean, yeah.
God, have you fired an aluminum?
I haven't fired
frame
a gun.
pistol?
I have not fired a gun.
I used to own one. It was a Hungarian PA-63. It was a Hungarian officer's pistol. I used to own one. And the frame, because it's made out of fucking aluminum, it starts to warp.
Oh shit! Yeah, that makes sense. That's aluminum for you.
Yeah, I sold that shit. I got rid of that fucking thing fast.
As you should.
Anyway, sorry.
So, yeah, no worries. The next gun we have, as of right now, is the M9 Cleric. Okay, so the M9 Cleric. This thing is blinding as fuck. It's Italian. Well, it's custom Italian, but it's Italian. Obviously, based off of the M9 and M9A1. Similar sort of mags, 15, 17, 20, and 30. That fucking flash. That's like the only thing I have an issue with is that muzzle flash. That really blinds you. And mind you also is that this thing just goes, you know, like this thing does not stop. And also there is no way you can put a you can't put a brake on it, so you have to go for a stock and control. So the recoil is high. Its sight picture is on, which is good. And the reload rating is crisp and clean. It is in 9mm, but this thing has hella recoil. As you can see, look at that. It just sprays all over the place, which is definitely not good.
Yeah.
But you can't put a brake on there, which is kind of an issue. So you'd have
So
to.
between flash and recoil, try to keep it on target. It's like an act of God.
I mean, it's not entirely impossible. You can do it. Just, goodbye sight. As you can see, this thing very much is just like it's possible for sure. You can still see your front sight at least, but this thing definitely blinds the shit out of you. It's honestly rough. It's not super fun to really roll with, but it's not terrible either. I'd honestly say this thing is probably like D tier. You'd have to control it. You can't put a brake on it. The stock works nice, obviously. And I mean, it's not exactly terrible. It's got a 1200 round per minute rate of fire, so it's pretty fast. But yeah, this thing's bright as shit. Like it's blinding. So yeah, I'd say probably D tier. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Shit. I would say. I mean, it's really just an M93 with a fucking big ass barrel compensator thingy on it.
Essentially, yeah. It's basically just it's literally just an M9 with a giant compensator on it that blinds the fuck out of you. That's about it.
So, honestly, I would put it middle of the road C.
All right. Dom, do you have anything to say about this? You still with us right now?
I don't know if he's there or not, but other than like maybe a little extra accuracy from the extended part of the barrel, there's not much real improvements on it.
Yeah. Well, we can keep moving on, I guess. Because next up we have the M1911A1 which is our...
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our fairly simple, nothing really special or crazy 3-round burst. So...
Oh, that...
I'm not the biggest fan of burst fire anything. I get the appeal of it.
I'm kind of in the same boat too. It does allow you to have 20 plus round mags, but obviously you can have upwards of 30. Sight picture is good.
Yeah.
And reload rating was really nice, obviously. The recoil naturally is high because of burst fire. So obviously a stock and a brake is necessary for it, but it's not exactly a necessity to have those. You honestly can just run it as just a basic semi-auto pistol, and it's pretty good for what it is.
Yeah.
It's a 9mm, obviously. Like this thing isn't bad actually. It's just it's just in 3-round burst.
It already has a compensator on it. Why would you put the other compensator on it?
Because that compensator doesn't do shit. This one does though. It's weird. Don't worry about it.
Why must you hurt me in this way?
Because the game hurts you in this way. It's not my fault that this is how the game works. But anyways, and also not only that, I'm also a scientist. I'm using all, basically everything to my advantage. So you can also see the stock that it has specifically. It fits really nicely onto it. It fits onto almost everything else really nice and easy. And it's probably my favorite stock in general. You can see the 3-round burst is a lot easier to control, which is really good. Honestly, this thing is...
Question.
Yeah.
Did you try using the little front grip thing right there?
Yes, I did actually use that a couple of times. I think I may have used it in this. It is no different compared to just using the Harry's technique that I'm using, as you can see now. It's honestly no different. There is no real big difference to it. It is basically the same thing. In case anyone's wondering, I did try it out. It is literally the same thing. So, and also, if anything, I also like using the Harry's technique for smaller sort of guns like this. For me, it feels a lot better to use this, and also, for just in general. I'm used to it at this point, so if anyone else has any other way, by all means, use it. But I like this way. Yeah. I would say the M93R is probably middle of the road C tier.
Yeah, I would say it's definitely above its cousin. That's in C tier.
It definitely is, and I think probably above Floppy, but I don't know. Like, would it be enough to go to B tier? It is select
I,
fire.
one of them days.
I'd say it would
It's just
go
one of them
above the
days.
Stechkin, if anything.
So I go above what?
Above the Stechkin.
Okay.
God,
I
I wish I could own one of these.
Like
I
a
wish I could get my hands on one of these.
Stechkin or a 93R?
9.3R. Fuck the Stechkin.
Fair point.
Yeah, no, I like the way it looks, and oh god, I don't know, it's just a nice little pistol.
Honestly, I can actually see that. You know, like I think its aesthetics does actually help it out a little bit. The 3-round burst does, drop it down a little bit, but I do like how it looks. It does look nice.
Fire barrage. It functions. It do.
Yeah. Honestly, I would take it without the God. If I could get my hands on like a civilian version, which is essentially just a fucking M9.
Yeah.
But it's got the square body to it, which is it's interesting looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe the reason I like it is just because it's different. Because I carry an M96, which is a Beretta M96 is just chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. But maybe it's just the reason I want it is just because it's different looking, but it's still like the same fucking thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I do kind of like it myself. It does look really cool. So I definitely put it above the Stechkin. The APS is good for sure, but this thing honestly is really cool. I do like it. But speaking of these sort of burst fire pistols, let's talk about something really cool that's actually a lot better than I thought it was. The M39RA9. So essentially, this is the Auto 9, which if anyone recognizes this, you'll probably recognize it from some of the older sort of movies out there, which are fucking god tier.
Yeah, RoboCop.
RoboCop. So the Auto 9. This thing,
it's a Beretta.
it is honestly just a Beretta M93R, but it is actually a 4-round burst. The sight picture was hella huge. It was like ridiculously big, but at the same time, its reload is good. It's got a 4-round burst, and of course,
how many
also
rounds does it carry in the magazine?
Same Beretta 9mm. So
No, I know, but how many?
can carry upwards of 15, 17, 20, and 30 plus 1. So
Okay, only one of those is divisible by 4.
Yeah, the 20 round.
yeah. So
And I already hate it.
kind of already have an issue there, but it is it is also select fire, and so that is kind of nice. Definitely nice to have that. But at the same time, one thing that is important to note, and why I think actually this probably would go in S tier. Let's be honest. This thing's fucking powerful. You don't need much of like the stock or the brake or anything. You don't need a stock. You don't need a brake because it's it could be semi-auto. But also, it actually has, with just basic FMJ, it actually has armor penetrating capabilities. And I want to give a quick shout out to a couple of awesome fucking people here. Racer927 and Camaro Kid BP4347. Thank you guys specifically for telling me about the Auto 9, which I had to look up and find out about. Thank you guys for telling me that actually it does have armor-piercing capabilities with just basic FMJ. I tested this, and it actually has upwards of tier 2 armor penetrating capabilities. So that is actually very important to know. So this thing is actually pretty awesome. So first off, thank you guys for telling me about that, because I would have just put this pretty much in the same spot as the 9.3, probably actually lower than the 9.3R. But the fact that it actually has armor piercing just with basic FMJ, and it still is a 9mm. I mean, this thing is awesome. Like real shit. I would definitely put this.
Honestly, looking at it right now, like now that I'm actually able to get an actual close look at it, what they did is they took an M93R, and they just. Or the M93, and then they just added a bunch of extra shit to it.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know. I think that's. I think that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't really see any problems with it. You can put it wherever you want to. I'm indifferent.
I'm going to be honest. I'm not putting any bias. Even when I ran with it, I didn't realize that it actually has armor piercing capabilities. But after testing it out and seeing that it can pierce up to tier 2, like some of our like medium boys, it can just punch right through tier 2. That's pretty good. Like that compared to everything else, there's almost nothing able to do that. And that's just with FMJ. Like if this thing had API, this thing would just smoke through people. Plus, with the possibility of plus P, this thing's great. You know, I'm putting it in S tier. It is tactically viable in several different ways. It is tactically viable and extremely powerful. This thing, I'll be honest, the Auto 9 is tactically superior. That is not with bias. So let's move on.
Accept that.
Yeah, let's move on to our next S tier. I'm not even gonna fucking say. I'm not gonna beat around the bush. We have the M712.
Okay, so it looks like a C96.
Well, it is. This is
the auto version.
This is the automatic version of the M76.
The automatic and
this is
magazine fed.
Yeah, this is
not
the automatic
clip
mag fed. Yeah, this is the automatic mag fed C96.
C96.
This is it. This is the one. This is the gun right here.
That is the Waffen SS sidearm. That is the boy.
This is it. This is it right here. This is the best one. Obviously, you can still take the same stripper clips, but it is also mag fed, which of course can have upwards of 40+1 rounds in an entire clip. It is. I mean, obviously, every single clip that you end up using and everything is 10-round clips, but you have 40+1 round mags. And of course, you can see that thing just fucking bursts so hard. It is 1,200 rounds per minute. It is ridiculously fast.
Especially for something that looks like it was made fucking last century.
Yeah.
Not even last century. 2 centuries ago. Because that looks like it was made in the 1800s.
Yeah.
The tail end of the 1800s.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Engelwood.
You know what? I want to see a vampire hunter movie where they use the C96.
Honestly,
you know how dope that would be.
That would be so incredibly cool. What can I say about this? We talked to no end about the fucking Red 9. That thing honestly looked absolutely fantastic and incredible. It's truly just incredible in every single way. The sight picture is good. The reload rating is now great. This thing has ridiculously high amounts of fucking mags to it. I mean, honestly, 40+1. It takes 4 10-round stripper clips to fucking load this bitch in. That's how fucking much it takes. And the fact that you have mag drop with it too, and it's also, even with high recoil, you can also just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm not even gonna bother, and just have 41 rounds to just spam at people semi-auto. This thing is S tier.
And not only that, but even taking into the other account, when you get it, you don't have to hope for a stock, because shouldn't you be able to spawn one if you get it? Because it fucking technically had one from the manufacturer.
I believe it does, but I could be wrong. After that, you just need a break or just have good recoil control, and this thing is not an issue at all. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, man. What?
The best, honestly, the best part is too is if you have both the mag and the stripper clips, you don't need to fully reload if you don't dump the entire mag. You can just top it off. So that does give it a tactability that just about any other gun on this list does not have.
That is true, but at the same time, when you just have infinite mags, you don't have to worry about it.
It's the small things that count.
Yeah, it is some of the small things that do count.
There was a game that I played a long time ago. It was called Medal of Honor Airborne. Yeah. And you unlocked the C96 in one of the levels. I forget which level it was. But you unlocked it, and you had to, depending on how many Germans you killed, it would actually load up a meter, and then you would get upgrades on your pistol. That would just last forever. And I want to say the final upgrade was fully automatic.
That That's
Yeah,
I
that thing
remember
was a-
that.
It had unlimited ammunition. It was fucking epic. It was a beast in that game.
Oh, that's great. All right.
Oh
Game
my!
not
Hon-
included.
honestly, seeing it in its
fact
full
that-
auto conversion makes me want to re-download the game and play it.
Like, not even like kind of the game. The weapon's functionality, reliability, and reload factor, combined with a bunch of other things, there was a reason that this weapon was used for the Waffen SS sidearm. It is exceedingly functional. It works.
Gentlemen, this thing is in an S tier. Let's be honest.
Yep,
Let's not
S
beat
tier.
around the bush. This thing is S tier.
And I'm sorry, Glock. It has a higher rate of fire and a higher mag, except for the drum. But you need a drum for that.
Yeah, you need a drum
Did
for it.
did Dom die on us?
I think Dom may have
I
died
think
on
he got
this.
called away.
Oh well.
Oh,
So
he partied too hard.
yeah. So now we have something I personally do not like. We have with us here today the M1911A1 Dillinger. That will
I
look
know
at
what
this.
this is.
I do too.
I know what this is. We don't even need to review this one. No, fucking no.
No,
Brazil.
Brazil. I
Brazil.
thankfully agree. Honestly,
Yeah, no.
Why give the Thompson grip? Why?
I don't understand.
Do not.
Not only that, can we also get this on record here? There's also the fucking Thompson compensator as well, and also it has the fucking same front sight as well. I hate this thing so
Nope.
much. And you
Nope.
can see in the
Do
footage
not-
here
nope.
too. Look at this. Watch. I'm aiming down the sight. Guess what? That's the wrong sight.
Nope. Don't pass go. Don't fucking collect 200. Go straight to jail. Go straight to Brazil.
to
Fuck off.
fucking Brazil. I just
Nope.
I'm gonna have to play this for myself and everything, but I'm gonna play for you boys. I'm gonna be honest. This thing just.
You're going to Brazil!
It absolutely fucking deserves it. But we do also get the 18+1 rounds. Or we get the 18+1 mags, which is really good. So,
This,
Okay.
this looks like something
45
you'd find.
ACP, certainly, but the sight picture, especially since you have both of the front irons still technically on there, so you're fucking over your sight picture.
yeah. That's the issue, is that it's that other sight down there. That's what you're supposed to look for. And, of course, as you can tell, this thing already has its own compensator. It already has its own... it has its own brake. So, of course, you have to use that brake. You can see just how
Honestly,
low I am.
Without the sight, use of the sight, without extensive practice, I'm sorry, that's just a sprayer. You're not aiming. You're just spraying at a target.
Yeah.
Functionally, I'd probably say low C or high D, but I'm with Lumos on this. That motherfucker in Brazil, that needs to be put down.
Yeah, that needs to be put
Goddamn,
down like
what-
a fucking sick family
What
dog.
is that? What is that fucking Afghani, or is it Afghanistan or Iraq or something? The fucking, I don't know who they are, but they make like really weird fucking looking firearms, just absolute dog shit. What the fuck? It's Khyber Pass. It looks like it was
Khyber
made by Khyber
Pass.
Pass.
Yes, that is absolutely, in fact, the case. It looks like it deserves to be in Khyber Pass. That is absolutely true. Yeah, I'm.
You know,
I'm-
one weapon I want to see in this fucking
God.
game, but I don't know where it would be classified. I want to see this game have the Inkunzai paw.
Oh god,
Do you know the Inkunzai?
I don't believe I do. But if you show me a picture, I
don't want
might.
to.
I don't think I want to either. But put in the pictures.
Oh no, like it looks very odd. You do have to hold it a specific way, as it's not really designed to be held any other way. But it's a very interesting weapon.
I don't like that. All right. First off, though, before we go any further, straight to Brazil. This is the M1912 P16. I have shat on this gun a lot in the past. I'm
It looks
shitting
like
on
a
them.
1911 that had like it. It looks like a 1911 got pregnant, but then drank through the entire term.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is. So, it's a 16 round internal mag, and
Ah,
yeah, it has its own stock. It takes stripper clips, a 9x23 Steyr.
why would you use an automatic weapon with fucking stripper clips?
I don't know.
Did they not learn from the Japanese in World War II?
I mean, honestly, you would think that they would, but they sent it, and so it already has its own stock, which is really nice. But another issue is that it cannot. You can actually see soon. It does not take a break. So
Yeah.
you really just have to send it with control on this bitch and hope for the best.
I'll
Now,
be
I will-
honest, Kyber Pass been real quiet since this one came out.
I don't know about that, to be honest,
I
but
just tapped back to the fucking stream. What the fuck is that?
this is the 1912 P16.
Like I said, it's a fucking. It's like the retarded offspring of a 1911 that drank through the entire pregnancy.
Yeah, and there you go. You can see no break either. It already has its own stock. You cannot. It cannot take a break. You really do have to just fucking ride the lightning, which honestly just sucks in so many ways.
The lightning.
Ride the lightning. Honestly, it's not
Ride the
terrible.
lightning.
It's not terrible to roll with. The sights aren't super great. You can barely see it much. The reload rating still sucks. Though I did actually show recently that you can there's actually a way you can see it here. I found this out, and it's actually almost foolproof, so that way I don't have the same issue I used to have, where I would put in one of the stripper clips, which might trigger here. So you don't have to like put in the stripper clip and everything all weird and whatnot, and hope for the best that it doesn't fucking hit the slide and just ejects it, which honestly sucks. But I did find a way that it seems to actually work. And I've gotten a bit better with it, so I'm not shitting on it as much. But at the same time, I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm putting it
still
in.
a shitty clip-fed 1911 knockoff.
It's essentially a 1911 knockoff, to be honest. So I don't hate
that's
it.
A really pretty design.
9x23 Steyr is actually pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. I'm doing as we did in the semi-auto pistols. I'm putting it in D tier.
That is fair. I was going to be more generous to say low C, but D is fine because it loses out on the reload aspect, especially with a machine pistol. You need either fire rate or reload.
Yeah, and honestly, I should also say what its actual fire rate is as well. Need I forget? Just say you guys, the fire rate on this bad boy is actually not terrible. It is 1,080 rounds per minute, so it's actually pretty good. So fire rate's pretty good. Reload is really not great with it, but it's not terrible. I've gotten better used to it. I know how to use it a lot better now. And also it's also select fire too, so it does earn brownie points enough to keep it out of F tier. So it surprisingly stays out from being put in F tier, like it probably would, but you know what? I'll give it this.
What the fuck?
Alright, next up we have a special something here, actually. We have the SCX. This is the Cerbero Compact Exploder, or SCX. This bad boy is surprisingly awesome, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know whether to put this in A tier or S tier. This thing is honestly really fucking cool. So the SCX is this little tiny bastard. It fires 4.6. What is it? It is 4.6 by 30 millimeter, and it actually spawns with, as you can see, API rounds. So that's armor-piercing incendiary. And those bastards go through 2 armor, which is really good. It's got really, really nice reload. I've been able to work with it really well. I can show you right here. I just shove it in, and it just works fine, which is not an issue. Its sight picture is super great. It is a 15+1, and its fire rate is 1,125 rounds per minute. Honestly, this thing's pretty fucking good. It can take a stock, it can take a break. Surprisingly, the recoil is moderate. So you actually don't even need this. You don't even need the brake. If you just have a stock on that bitch, you're good. Which is surprising to say, but honestly, it's not terrible. The only problem I have with it is the fact that once you're out, you actually have to rack the slide yourself. There is no slide release. But honestly, this thing is pretty good. And the fact that it usually spawns with API, even just with 4.6, like 4.6 is basically just similar 5.7, and also for anyone wondering, is actually the same round fired from the MP7. And also you can see here on the stock, look at how fucking accurate this thing is. Look at how steady it is. The recoil is really not that bad. Honestly, I do love this thing. This thing is great. It's super simple. It's really accurate.
The sight picture looks like they turned a P90 into a pistol.
Yeah, I can see that for sure. So
I'm not really gonna have a big view on this one. It's a futuristic gun. I'm not really into super futuristic guns, so.
Other than its quirky mag design, I'd say it's still pretty solid.
SCX, A or S tier?
I'm indifferent.
I mean, it's 4.6 by 30mm in API. That shit goes through tier 2 armor. I'm feeling that probably is going S tier above the M712.
It can't go above the C96.
True, but it has armor piercing.
But it still can't go above the C96.
Well, the Auto 9 is above the C96 because that thing.
Well, I'm glad you brought that to my attention because that should be below the C96. I wasn't paying attention to when you put that in because I was reading about another gun that is up on the fucking list. The Skorpion VZ61.
Yes, we're going to be talking about the VZ61 here in just a bit. But before that, I feel like talking about tactical capabilities, this for the better. Obviously, the automatic C96 wins in our hearts as top S tier. But tactically speaking, the Auto 9 is really it's too good not to. Stand by.
I'm gonna get your YouTube account banned. Oh my god. Oh, this is not good for business, Connor.
No, fuck off.
Alright.
Jesus Christ, you guys. Fucking gonna get my account banned. From one singular video, my account's gonna get banned. Alright, moving on. Let's talk the VZ61 Skorpion.
Good old VZ61. I don't know if you guys have played Black Ops 1.
Even I haven't played Black Ops 1, I still love the VZ61.
You haven't played Black Ops 1? Anyway, sorry, I'm going to go on a tangent. I'm about to go on a tangent. I need to stop myself.
I've not played Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2. I have done Black Ops 3. That was really fun. And of course...
Man, you guys are talking those games. Fuck, back in the heyday of the memory card 360 Modern Warfare OG era, the Skorpion was a meta weapon. What are you fucking guys talking about, Black Ops? It was an OG weapon.
Dude, I remember the time fucking going out and everything, and fucking Modern Warfare 3, the HDR, fucking lethal as shit, dude. That's the shit I remember.
Fucking Speed Martyrdom build Skorpion was a fucking menace.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, no, I remember it in Black Ops 1. I didn't play the other game.
So
I don't know. I was fully Modern Warfare OG 1 and 2.
I definitely was more Modern Warfare 2 and 3 personally. Yeah, so I definitely did that. I played a lot of different COD multiplayer. I did Black Ops 3. I did World War 2. I didn't get the Advanced Warfare stuff, but I did all those. I first started in Modern Warfare 2 actually. Later, I got really far in Modern Warfare 3, but I will say anyone that's possibly gonna get mad about this, I only played Black Ops 3. I didn't play 1 or 2. I did do 3, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the story. If that's what Black Ops games are like, I do want to see what the other two are like, because that was really fun. it's kind of the same thing as like me first starting off in like Skyward Sword. Like, if this is what Zelda is like, I want to see more of this because it can only go up from here. And the same thing as like, you know, I first played not DMC, and it's like, if this is what DMC is like, if this is what the combat feels like, I want to see more of this shit because this shit's fun, you know. Like, it's like the lowest bar possible, and I just know it can only go up from here. Like, if this is what the lowest bar is, I want to see what's higher up, you know? Anyways, so, VZ61. Let's talk. We already have a stock. We're not gonna fucking GoldenEye this shit. 380 ACP, 20+ run mags. Tiny ass fucking round is the only issue I have with this. The recoil is so low, a break is kind of not really necessary. Sights are good, reload is nice. The only issue is that there's no slide release, but that's such a minor problem. The only thing that I would actually also have a problem with is that the charging handle is just so small, but honestly it's not terrible. Like, this thing is pretty good.
Yeah, no, you know, they actually made them in multiple calibers, right?
Did they really?
Yeah, so they have it in 32 ACP, 9x18 Makarov, 380 ACP, and 9x19.
Damn. Well, we have the we have the 380 version for this. So
I thought I thought it was the 32.
Nope, it's 380. I believe I did misspeak. Yeah, and here I was, you know, kind of being somewhat a dumbass and everything. I knew that there was a stock here, obviously. Like, that's, you know, natural. I knew there was stock on there.
It's so natural to see it in its folded state. It's like, why can't I attach a stock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, sorry to editing me if I'm not showing much footage in terms of, like, you know, what it's like running with it and everything. Here's a quick screenshot of what my VC61 looked like at some point.
I take all blame.
Yeah, Rolf takes full blame for that. It was honestly ridiculous and incredible at the same time. It was fucking stupid, and I loved every single moment of it. But yeah, I ended on that, and honestly, it was just completely ridiculous, and I love it. So this thing is low recoil. You already have a stock on it. The brake is really nice to have, but you really don't need it. I mean, shit, you can even see there, like, you can tell there's recoil to it, but it's so low, it really isn't that big an issue. So you could just control it, you'd be fine. And not only that, it also is select fire, but 380. So, kind of want to burp. But it also burps in 1,200 rounds per minute. So, safe to say, this thing do go burp.
Hey, yo, somebody, they make a 22 LR conversion kit.
Are you serious? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll be honest.
Anyway, sorry.
This thing's going in A tier. Is it above the G18 though?
No, not even close.
I can see that. Honestly, 9mm is so incredible. Speaking of which,
That and what was the rate of fire of the Skorpion?
1,200 rounds per minute by my calculations.
Okay, so then they're comparable, but with the fact that the 18 has at least options for the 50 drum, and it's in 9mm, it does lead it out.
Plus also the possibility of plus P, the API rounds.
Yeah.
Honestly, just tactically speaking, the 18C just has it way higher up than 380. So sadly, VZ61 is going to have to stay low, but honestly, this thing is great. I do like it. I understand if this is haram. I will take full blame for the heresy I will speak. Tech 9.
Kill yourself.
I'm not putting it in Brazil, and there is a reason why.
Kill yourself twice.
It's solid, it's functional, it just looks fucking stupid.
The Tech 9 is... The Tech 9 is just...
You know what? I will agree. It doesn't belong in Brazil. You need to make another tier called Detroit and put it right above Brazil.
It's fair. But, gotta give it a little respect here. Let's talk about this thing. So, this is the automatic version. It's open bolt. I'm not putting an SMG because it would literally not even be in Brazil at that point. The only thing that's helping it out is 9mm. Because of the possibilities of this thing just being capable of +P API. This bitch is fucking powerful as shit. It just... Add that with also the mods. It's 32 rounds, 1,200 round per minute. This thing deserves to be in Brazil, but I can't do it. I hate the fucking Tech 9. It deserves all of my hate. It deserves all the discredit I could possibly give to it, but honestly, it's
functional, but it's aesthetically, it's like they tried to make a fancy M3 grease gun as
like
a machine pistol, not an SMG.
I don't know how you fuck up a grease gun.
It straight up is like a 9mm grease gun, and it's like a 9mm grease gun that they made semi-automatic. That's what the Tech 9 is.
Like that. How do you aim through this? What the fuck are those?
I know.
Is that stock?
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. This is why I also like the M1911A1 stock as well for it, because it's a lot simpler and easier. But yeah, it looks. I was surprised I was able to
down it. Probably.
I was honestly surprised I was even able to actually get the fucking stock on there, anyways. But yeah, it is literally up in my eyes. But 9mm.
Your eyes, like, if you remove the end of the stock, that bitch is going to give you a lobotomy just to aim.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Honestly, this thing does not deserve to see the light of day, but I'm not putting it in Brazil because 9mm is actually capable. I will
jokingly
give it that.
Jokingly, Detroit, seriously F. Bottom F.
Technically speaking.
I mean, you could put it at the bottom of D for Detroit.
I mean, yes, but no, I'm not doing that. It's one enough tier.
Go fuck yourself.
Again,
Go fuck
fair.
yourself.
Fair.
Now we finally
I hate you.
come back to the final gun.
I can't believe you put
Now,
that in fucking F tier.
I want to give a little mention to this thing. Dom did send me a DM, and I do actually, in fact, agree with what he said to me, but we're not doing that because, honestly, it deserves every single...
Holy shit, is Dom back?
I think he's
Yeah,
back.
I'm back. I had to go do some yard work, but yeah, I'm back.
Jeez, you were gone for like most of the
Dom,
video.
he
My
put the
God.
fucking Tech 9 in F tier.
Good.
No, it belongs in Detroit.
Shut.
You know what? It's
No,
going in F
I
tier because
refuse. I will
9mm is actually capable.
Okay.
But let's talk about the shoehorn.
No, the
It's like,
reason
no,
it's going in F
Luma.
tier. The reason it's going in F tier is because it stands for fuck. I'm going back.
Luma, it goes. God damn it! I need him to listen to this fucking bit.
Yes, he
God
does.
damn it!
Lux, get your ass back here. Fuck's sake, man.
He's giving a shit. Give it a minute.
Oh, fuck. Well, until he returns. Gentlemen, it's time for the horseshoe. It deserves every single bit of hate and discontent that it actually deserves. It honestly deserves every single modicum of hate that it has coming toward it. So it is getting every single bit of it. Gentlemen, the Union French. Go.
Alright, I'm back. What?
We're
What's
talking
going
about the Union French. Speak your mind.
Oh, it's French?
It's the Union French. So, real quick, to talk, it is detachable mag. It has a very nice reload rating. The only issue that I have with it, well, there's several issues. First off, there is no slide release. You have to rack the slide once it's empty to get it back in the fight.
Okay.
The recoil is moderate, so you only need a stock. Props.
Okay.
Only issue is it's in 32 ACP. It has no sight picture. And the mags, well, there's a reason why I call it the horseshoe.
It's like they tried to copy the 1911, but like the size and smaller of a fucking USP. Why? It doesn't look good, especially with that fucking bungle of a mag.
Yes. Also, one thing to be noted as well is that it is a 35+1. The bullets go all the way to here and stop.
So what's the point of the extra space?
For the spring.
Yeah.
That's the compressed portion of the spring.
I still hate it.
It's disgusting.
They could have made the handle wider, made it double stack mag, and you would have had a better grip on it too.
And 32
Save
ACP
so
as
much
well.
fucking space.
Why would you have a single stack 32 ACP? That is just wrong. You could have just had a double stack 32 and it would have looked so much better.
What's this gun called again?
The Union French.
Honestly, all I can see is it looks like a goddamn industrial clamp more than a fucking gun.
It honestly does, and I can agree with that. And yeah, you can see
I'm
there's
certain
no...
it's sleek, it's round, but I don't really care about that. It's functionality. No sight picture. You made a pistol with that much ammunition, that small, with no sights. And then you made it automatic.
Yeah. And mind
Are
you
they
also...
retarded?
Well, it's French, so... And yeah, you can
Gross.
see it's... Yeah, you can also see it's very slow rate of fire. 570 rounds per minute. And yeah, you can see I'm trying to, like, you know, where is the slide lock? And I'm just... God damn it. So thankfully, it takes a break. It also takes a stock. Thank fuck. But the break is not necessary. The stock is what you need, and that is it. But what do you expect from 32 ACP? If that thing was high recoil with 32, I would be so incredibly disappointed.
Honestly, like, with the sight picture and whatnot, I'd say just grab double mag and use those as melee weapons would be a more effective.
Honestly, I would like to throw the fucking mag like a goddamn boomerang. At the very least, I can actually probably hit something with it.
Yeah.
This thing hurts me inside. I hate it. I hate it so much.
And Lumux, the Tech 9 goes in F, not because you don't get a special category, but because you can't have shit in Detroit.
Yeah. Yeah. You can't have shit in Detroit. That's good. That's actually good. All right, real shit though. Unit French is going to Brazil. I don't get that.
Although I think what I said still stands. F stands for fuck.
Yeah.
No, it does.
It doesn't go on. It doesn't even go on the tier list. Leave it at the fuck. Just leave it in the.
No,
bottom.
it is going in the tier list and it is going in
It's
Brazil.
not going in the
It's going
fucking
straight
tier
to
list.
Brazil. So, you know,
It's
believe
not
it or
going on
not,
the
Dom.
fucking tier list.
Believe it or
doesn't
not.
even belong to
Straight to Brazil.
Brazil
Fuck you.
rejects it.
Straight to Brazil.
Rejects
Straight
it.
to Brazil.